Blaze, do you like the pool?
She in the swimming pool?
You don't.
It's a 148.
Get in the pool. Get in the pool. Get in. Get in there. Swim around. Good Blazer. She's a good girl. So it sounds like they might be picking one of our fields today. I think they're getting moved over there right now. I just talked to Glenn. He's gonna head over there to get a load. I think Decker's gonna meet him over there. Take a little drone footage of that so you guys can kind of see what seed corn harvest looks like and how it compares to, like regular harvest. Yo, what's up everyone? Mustard out here. Uncle Glenn and I finally started hauling seed corn. Things are off to a good start. It'll take a little bit of time to show you what a day in the life of a seed corn hauler looks like. So I'm on my way to the field right now to get the first load and see how it goes. Pulled into a field here. Before I get the truck loaded, I gotta set my sweep tarp. So I'll get that set and show you what I mean by sweep tarp. So this is what you call a sweep tarp, and you want to get that set before you get loaded because this allows all the ears of corn to unload out the back without leaving a whole layer. Because without it, you'd have a whole layer of corn here that you have to get in and scoop it out when you dump. So it's worth it to take the extra minute to get this set before you get loaded. so you have a lot more likely chance of not leaving any corn behind this floor. Typically there's always a few ears left behind, but that's a lot better than scooping out a full layer, which is no fun. So these sweep tarps are a big lifesaver. Okay, just got back to the plant. Got to pull up to the dump. Time to get my wet kit fired up and get this puppy unloaded. Just like that, we're dumped, ready to keep on rolling. We had a real good day hauling seed corn today. Just got back home, back at the home farm where we actually have another field of seed corn. Explain to you what we mean when we say seed corn, because some of you may not be familiar with it or really know that there's different kinds of corn you can grow. So when we say seed corn is corn that's produced and then taken to a production plant where it's conditioned and bagged. And then that's what your various seed dealers then sell to the farmer, and that's what they plant in the spring and produce into commercial corn, what you would normally think of as what corn is. Commercial corn, obviously when you drive by the field, all the rows look even, they're all the same. So that's how you can tell what a commercial cornfield is. And then seed corn, you usually see a weird pattern, like you'll see, for example, at this field, you'll see 4 rows that look the same. Then you'll see an individual row, which is the male row, that might be taller and has a tassel on it and sticks out amongst the other 4 rows. So right now this row isn't here because it has been destroyed. The 4 rows that you see standing, the 1, 2, 3, 4, are what they refer to as the female rows. Those are the rows that actually end up getting harvested. And this one row that's by itself is what they call a male row. Now, yes, I know corn, there's no male and female in corn. Any corn plant can pollinate itself and produce on its own. But what the goal is they're taking 2 inbreds, which means that the corn that was here was only bred to itself for several years, and the corn that's the female rows were bred to itself for several years. And they get to the point where they're ready to crossbreed it with another inbred to produce a hybrid. You go in, you plant the female in their 4 rows and the male. Sometimes how you plant it can vary, but essentially you still have the 4 female and the 1 male. Now as that male comes up, what they want that male row to do is they want the pollen off of those tassels to fertilize the silks on the female rows. So that's why a lot of times you'll see fields that get cut, they cut all the female tassels off, or they have crews come in and walk through and actually pull these tassels off, so that the female rows don't pollinate themselves. But in this field, that's not the case because this is a sterile field, which means these females don't actually shed pollen. They want this row to fertilize this row. And then that ear, the ears here, then have genetics from both this plant and the plant that was here. So then that basically answers the question of why they destroy this row. So this row is destroyed because it basically pollinated itself and it's not the hybrid they want. And they destroy it so that everything in the field stays there. The corn then breaks down, and then other seed companies can't get a hold of it and, you know, get a hold of the genetics that's in the seed. They want it destroyed so no one can get a hold of it. So then after those male rows are destroyed, then it's just a matter of time to wait for the corn to mature. Then they usually like to pick it at around 30 to 35 moisture on the corn. and they pick it on the ear. The reason they pick it on the ear and not such a high moisture is that if it gets too dry, then as they pick it, kernels can start falling off and they're losing yield. So they pick it on the ear at a high moisture. Then once they get it to the production plant, they husk it first, sort out all the bad ears, then all the good ears go into a dryer, and it's dried all the way down to 12.5%. And then from there, it is shelled, conditioned, processed, treated, bagged, then distributed to all the dealers, and then eventually ends up out on a farmer's field to produce commercial corn. Did my best to explain what seed corn is. If you guys got any more questions about it, just drop it down in the comments. I'll answer it the best I can. Hopefully I kind of made it simple, not too confusing. Just gonna keep grinding here for a little bit, hauling seed corn. I think we might have some hired guys come in and help next week so I can get back home, start getting stuff ready for bean harvest. It's gonna be here before you know it. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. As always, we will see you in the funnies.